Okay, hi again. I just want to show you real quick what this box turned out to look like once it's done. I'm still thinking, I have some hot coffee here, and I think I'm still gonna rub it a bit, just not all the way, just a little bit more coffee on here. Anyway, so let me tell you about this box. This is the super cheap recycled box. This is just an old box. You can see the bottom here. I'm gonna glue on some white paper here to make the bottom pretty too. Now what I've used here, oopsie daisy, like that. Okay, so what I have used here is an old book with faded pages. Let me see if I can find it. I have this start in my first super cheap video, this book that I got from a secondhand store. Someone had already been ripping pages out of it, so they couldn't sell it, so I got it for free. So an old book, and I'm using eye makeup, eyeshadows that were test samples from the store. So when they changed the collection in the store, they throw this away, so I got some of them for free. And I've been using them in the project. This is green one, but this one didn't turn out too green. I tried, but it didn't. It wasn't green. It just forget it. This one and this one is cut from old tea bags. The soft parts from this tea bag. I'm sorry, I'm getting messages. This one is cut. These two are cut from watercolor paper. Unfortunately, I had to use stamp for these because I tried to. Oh god, I tried to. I tried to cut out butterflies, but I'm really bad at it. So I used a stamp finally, just to make it faster. So I stamped on watercolor paper, cut them out, painted them. And this is, sorry, this. It's from. It grows on trees. It's some kind of lava, some sort of, moss or something that grows on trees. And it had fallen on the ground because it's been stormy, so I used that for this. And some grass and a little bit of sand and a feather from the birds that I'm taking care of for the moment. I'm sure you can find a feather out in the wild too, because I've done that. This poetry book is just from the old magazine, and so on. And I got everything except the butterflies and this flower. No, this flower. Everything else is put on with gesso. This is cotton, the round cotton swabs, or what you call it. I cut a heart shape out of it. You can't really see that it's a heart, but it's a heart. And then I painted it with coffee and beet juice, so it's sort of reddish here and here and here. And that is from pickled red beets. And now lately what I've been doing is the edges. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this, if I was going to cut it out and use it as a sort of journal page, or what I'm going to do with it. So I just recently did the edges, where I took ripped pieces out of that book and glued it on with gesso. Used gesso and water and put them on. So I put them on the edges. And then I used eyeshadow and soot. I'm getting more and more fond of using soot when I do this. So everything here is just super cheap. The only thing I really used artist-wise, as you can see, I used my hands a lot, is gesso and some glue. That's the only thing I've used. I'm sure you can put this on with gesso too, but I was too late. I had already started painting and I didn't want to put on more gesso. So this is my finished box, and I'm gonna use this to have all my little cards in that I made. These little happy cards and so on. Now these I've used paint on, but I painted it with toilet paper rolls, and I used old books, and so these are really cheap to do also. And I've been using really cheap paint from dollar store. So that's that's my box. Super cheap little box. It's also nice to make boxes like this, and you can put your gifts in it when you go give something away. Cookies, you can make some cookies and give away. I'm sure people will love to get some cookies. I think I'm gonna use a little bit more soot on the edges here. So I will just go over here. This is where I have my soot. And I just rub my finger on it. Nice. And I just rub my little box. Now I'm sure some of you can find some camping or some other space where you can find soot, or someone that has a fireplace. And I've been thinking that I should mix soot with water and keep it somewhere and see what happens, if I can get sort of a better sludge from it. Because when I've been, oops, birdie. Because like this, I've been using soot and water, and I had it standing up like this. I had it in another video, and it's been dripping. But as you can see, the soot hasn't dissolved, so you get these little dots. Now I kind of like it when it's gonna look this rough, but I'm just gonna try for fun and see if I can get sort of a black paint from just soot and water, and leave it and let it all dissolve in the water. So these are the super cheap projects. So you can't blame being broke, because I'm pretty much broke. I have 20 Swedish crowns, which is about 2 euros. That's all I have, and I need food and stuff. So this is what I'm doing. Happy Easter, people.